What's up, y'all? It's FTKComputer. Yes, how's it going? How are you? How's your life? So, yeah, it's welcome to another episode of Chill and Chat with FTK. I know it's been like a hot minute, probably like a million hot minutes, but we back. Yay. So, gather around the campfire, children. Let's get your snacks together and let's talk. Let's talk about things that are prevalent right now in the Overwatch community and things that I know y'all gonna ask me about in the comments. And I just feel like it's easier this way because then I can address, all of you guys at once as opposed to like responding to every comment. So sometime yesterday, I'm not exactly sure what time, but thank y'all for telling me. Overwatch released some more lore finally, in the form of, I guess, a short story, or at least part of a story called Bastet, about the reunion between Ana and Soldier 76. Yeah, it was pretty interesting, and I feel like this is what we finally have been like, what people have been wanting, like more Overwatch lore, because the characters are so interesting, and I feel like Overwatch has just really put lore on the back burner. Like it feels like everything's just been Overwatch League. And if I can't speak for everyone, of course, but I'm not a fan of the Overwatch League. Not really. Like I'll watch games from time to time if I hear that they're really interesting or something, but I'm not gonna follow it like hardcore. You know what I'm saying? I mostly don't have time, but I've never really been into the professional scenes of video games. I've always just been more of a casual player. So, good. I'm glad Overwatch League is doing well. I hope Overwatch is, whatever goals they have for Overwatch League, I hope they've, met them. And, maybe this is showing us, we haven't forgot about you guys who are interested in Overwatch lore and stuff. So I'm not really going to talk that much about the story. It's just basically Ana and Soldier 76 catching up, deciding what to do next. This is way after Overwatch has been disbanded, and they've tried to move on with their lives, but I think they still feel this sense of purpose, and they want to make the world a better place, but as two people, even with their specific skill set, still have some issues with what they want to do next. And they've also discovered that Reaper is Gabe, and so now they're trying to decide how to handle all these problems at once. So yeah, it's a very interesting story. If I can find it, I will definitely post it in the description box, but if I can't, I'm sure that somebody will have it in the comment section. But yeah, please go read it. So unfortunately, however, the amazing story that Michael Chu developed has been completely sidetracked and derailed by a couple of sentences that have confirmed that Soldier 76 is a gay man. That is a spoiler. Sorry, spoiler alert, I guess, but most people have heard it by now. I even heard it before I read the story, so I don't think it's much of a secret at this point. But I will say that the reaction to this news has definitely not surprised me at all. Usually I don't like to give disclaimers, but I'm gonna give a disclaimer in this case only because I feel like I might hurt some of y'all feelings, but I'm not really known as a YouTuber who's soft and cuddly. So I feel like most of my long-term subscribers know that I'm not gonna just say whatever to pacify people or to just say what's popular. I'm gonna say how I really feel about things. So yeah, if you're new here, surprise. But I'm just, once again, I feel like I'm very disappointed in the gaming community. I mean, if you're any kind of minority, you felt this before, but I feel like because Overwatch is a game that is very personal to a lot of us, it started my quote-unquote YouTube career, honestly. You know that the Overwatch community is toxic, but it's certain things that come out that you're just like, you got to step back and be like, wow, people are really angry, you know? And the thing that makes me upset about it is the fact that I feel like a lot of people are very hypocritical. I remember a couple of months back, right, when they released Ash, and I was like, I think it's why, like, when we saw the concept art of Ash and they had Ash portrayed as a black woman, I just asked a simple question. Well, there are no black women in Overwatch. Why not make Ash the first black person, the first black woman, especially when you've already created concept art of it? Like, why? Like, I was confused at why they would, you know, kind of snub black. There are a lot of black women that play Overwatch, and like there are hella white women in Overwatch already. So here you already have a character that's not really stereotypical in any way, but somebody in some room was like, you know what, let's not go with the black one, let's go with the white one. And I mean, I wasn't upset. I never said I was going to delete Overwatch. I never said I wasn't going to play Ash. I still play Ash. I like Ash. I think she's a cool character. I love the voice actress. So I just brought up the conversation. And do you know, people were like so upset. They were so mad. People were telling me I was a snowflake and a social justice warrior, and why does Overwatch need to pander to blah blah blah, and why are you so sensitive, it shouldn't matter if the character blah, 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 blah. Like, that is, I literally heard so much of that when all I was trying to do was have a conversation about it, you know what I'm saying? But now you have these same people, mind you, when Michael Chu writes a story basically saying that okay, let's say two, because Tracer as well. There are two characters out of how many fucking characters Overwatch got? Like 30? I don't even know. But out of 30 characters, we have two characters that are confirmed to be in the LGBT community. And people are losing their fucking shit talking about the same thing. Oh, they're pandering to social justice warriors, or it doesn't make sense, or why is it important? We wanted lore. Why did we have to, why are we getting this? But it's like, that was only like one or two. I feel like it was like a couple of sentences in the story. It wasn't like the focal point of the story. It wasn't Soldier 76 coming out story. It was a story, basically them talking about their past. So that's the first thing I don't understand, why people are saying that why did we not get the lore we want? Like, you're not Michael Chu, you're not the writer of Overwatch, so he can write whatever he wants. That's the whole point. But the second part of it that makes me upset is the fact that, like, people are saying that the people that are saying that it's pandering are so used to being pandered to. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever anyone who's any kind of minority wants to see themselves represented in a game, you have this like large faction of quote unquote the mainstream gaming community come out and basically say, oh well, y'all are pandering and this is social justice warrior bullshit, blah blah blah, as if only white straight people are allowed to be the main characters of video games. And I mean, even if they do take away one, Soldier 76, like, there are millions of others. Like, almost every single video game has at least a white straight male main character or a white straight female character. You know, there are a few that have Asian characters as well as the main characters, but I'm saying for the most part, when we play these games, the shooters or action games, it's usually a white man. You know, I don't need to go down the list because they're a lot. And here is, and y'all know I'm not gonna start playing Soldier 76. I think he's boring still. His gameplay is boring. But I will say that this makes him a little less, you know, bland, because now at least he has something to define him other than I'm a soldier. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Soldier 76 is the basic bland main character of a shooter, but here we have something that kind of defines him and gives him a different outlook and a different experience. And so that gives Overwatch a chance to build on that lore wise, because you don't see a lot of gay men being the lead of an army or a military faction, whatever the fuck Overwatch is. So I think that makes it way more interesting. But I'm glad that people have someone to look at and say, I feel represented. And I think everyone deserves that. And I think Overwatch has really been a champion for that since the release. Have they done it perfectly? No. We still don't have a black woman in Overwatch. And I know some people are going to say, well, Ana, but that's debatable. I see Ana as more Arab. I know they're black Egyptians. I know they're black people with long hair and all this stuff. And, that's not it. It's not about her features or where she's from. I'm just saying they don't have a, non-questionable, non-mysterious looking black female character in Overwatch. And I think that, like gay people, like black people, like white people, like, everyone deserves to have a character that they can look at and say, I feel represented here. And the truth is that a lot of minorities, like, we basically are force-fed a certain type of character over and over and over again. And so we kind of learn to, like, either identify with these characters that aren't like us, or we just kind of like don't, we're just so used to it because we've been getting it all our lives. Like, I can't even think of the first time that I played a video game with the black main character, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure there are a few. I honestly can't even name one off the top of my head. The only one that really comes to mind, and this is so stupid, but Shaq Fu, if y'all remember that, that was like this old game on Super Nintendo. That's the only thing that I can literally think of right now. There may be other games like sports games and stuff like that, but I'm talking about like the games that I've played. It's very rare that you'll see a black, character, and if you do, it's usually a huge stereotype. So, I just feel like people need to stop being hypocrites and just let people, be different. There are billions of people on this earth, and everyone is different, and everyone deserves to see themselves represented in a video game. So don't call me sensitive if I'm bringing up topics like I want to see a black female character when they don't have none, but y'all are mad when there's 2 gay characters out of 30 something. So get the fuck out of here. That's my final thing. Get the fuck out of here. If you mad about that, then you gonna be mad. So anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about is Brigitte. So there are more Brigitte nerfs. This makes me just as mad. Okay. The one thing that I don't feel like, and this is why I've always said that the game should not be balanced with like a broad stroke. Balancing everything as one, as if PC Overwatch is the same as console Overwatch, as if professional Overwatch and the Overwatch League is the same as casual playing Overwatch at home in your pajamas. Like, it's not all the same. And I think that these broad strokes, like nerfing Brigitte, oh my god, I said Brigitte, nerfing Brigitte, I just woke up, I'm sorry y'all, nerfing Brigitte based on GOATs, which is hardly ever ran. I'm telling you, it's hardly ever ran on console. Most of the time, people will be more likely to run like Bastion, Tank, Mercy, than GOATs. And when GOATs is ran, it's not really, I don't feel like I've been completely overwhelmed by GOATs. It's not something it's like a mainstay of every single part of Overwatch, every single platform of Overwatch. Let's go with that. So these nerfs to Brigitte are kind of frustrating because I feel like, okay, even if they wanted to they made the case that like Brigitte is too strong, she can do too much. I don't think that making a character less strong has to make them always less interesting to play, and I think that's the issue. Same with the reworked Mercy. I don't think people are all upset about Mercy not being strong because, as I've said, I still think that Mercy is probably the best healer on console. However, that doesn't mean that she shouldn't be, fun and engaging to play. to the people that enjoy playing her. I've never found Mercy that fun or engaging, but that's just me. I think that people should, I think a lot of Mercy players do not feel like she's fun and engaging. And so I'm not a Brigitte main, and I know a lot of Brigitte players probably still like Brigitte how she is now, but I just find her less fun and engaging to play. I feel like when I play her, I'm just like walking around and just pressing the button. Like before, when she had that combo that did some damage, you could at least target certain people. You could use your you could help use your abilities to get more kills. Now it's just very much, standing around and just swinging and hoping for a kill. And also, as I've said, on console there are a lot of Junkrats, there are a lot of Pharahs, and especially in the higher ranks there are a lot of mouse and keyboard snipers, which all counter Brigitte. They're just going to keep shooting her shield, and while her shield does have a significant amount of health, it doesn't have that much to where she's going to be able to deal with a Pharah or a Junkrat. And so a lot of times when you're playing Brigitte, it's just like, we don't need a Brigitte, we need like a Lucio or we need a Zenyatta to, as a good defensive ult, because Brigitte's ult doesn't really function like theirs does, especially with Grav and grab dragon, grab anything really. And I just feel like that it's like Brigitte has never been this like must pick on console. I can't speak for PC, I really can't. So I don't know if a lot of people run GOATs on PC and it's just getting really stale. It might, but that's why we need platform specific balance, not just, oh well, Brigitte's too strong, and she's really strong in Overwatch League, and she's really strong in Master and Grandmaster on PC, so therefore console we're gonna nerf Brigitte on as well. You know what I'm saying? I feel the same way with Ana. People keep saying that Ana is this like broken character and she's so overpowered and she's so strong, but the truth of the matter is you rarely ever see Ana played on console. The only people that really get the maximum use out of her are mouse and keyboard players. I mean, even when I play Ana, a lot of times, like, I can still sustain the team, but a lot of times I won't have gold healing over Brigitte or Lucio. And also, because so many abilities block what she's able to do, and as I've said this before, console is not really... a lot of players on console don't have that, like, teamwork mentality. I really don't have it that much. I can honestly say that because I've just never really played that many shooters. Team-based shooters especially. So like, line of sight is something that people do not really care about on console. So it's very hard to play Ana as a main healer when you're trying to aim, you're constantly being focused and flanked and all this stuff. It's just like the balance just does not make sense for console. So that's why I really hope that Overwatch starts looking into console specific balance and not just like streamline balance. Okay, and I guess the last thing that I'll talk about, which is not that huge of a deal, but still something that's kind of frustrating. I'm kind of disappointed that there's still not going to be any updates to Symmetra. I still feel like Symmetra is not in the place that she should be. I know that Symmetra Bastion comps are strong, but I think that's because of Bastion. It's not because of Symmetra. So if anything, I think Bastion needs a nerf and Symmetra needs a buff, not the other way around. Bastion is supposed to be a character that has a glaring strength but glaring weaknesses, and I feel like Blizzard is starting to take away those weaknesses, which makes Bastion just so annoying and frustrating to play against, because the entire team has to focus on countering one character. It's just very annoying. Even to play with it is just not fun for me. Like babysitting a Bastion, like we're back to that again, and it's just like, ugh. At least before Bastion couldn't run and heal, but it's like putting Bastion behind a shield with like a Brigitte and a fucking Torb. It's just like all that. It's just not fun to play against. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my personal opinion. I'm not, don't knock me for that. I'm just saying that's just how I feel. I've never enjoyed babysitting Bastion. I feel like I enjoy when there's a good Bastion that can sneak around and set up and get killed. He might get killed, but he's taken out 3 or 4 members of the enemy team. Like that's what we should be, that's what should be rewarded. Same with Pharah, like a Pharah that knows good positioning and how to hide and knows when to appear, not Pharmacy. Like these things are very frustrating, and I was kind of hoping that we would see some changes to that. So yeah, that's really all I have to talk about on this episode. I've gone on for 20 minutes, so that's enough. My voice is starting to get dry and tired, and I need some water. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Please be civil, and I will be back with some more gameplay videos soon. I'm like watching the match. I hope I don't let Reinhardt die. Okay, I did. Yeah, and if you are new here, please subscribe, please share. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.